Welcome back to Talkville, the ultimate Smallville rewatch podcast, where each week we go back, we watch an episode of the show and discuss it with fans like you. And we love you guys. We love having you here. And we're getting towards the end of the season. It's past the midway point. Lots going on this episode in particular. We have a guest who you'll love what he has to say or not like what he has to say.
But you'll love how he says it.
And how he says it. You know, I'm not going to give you any hints or whatever, what we're doing here. But like there's an idea that maybe this episode was more meaningful than we thought, you know. So that's all I'll say on that front. Look, if you want to be a patron and support the show, we need you. We love you. Join patreon.com/talkville. Become a patron. Tiers start as low as like $5. And you get so much for it. You get these episodes and whatever. So help out the show. If you didn't get a chance to call in our hotline, leave a question for the episode. Make sure you do it for future ones. All that and more is down in the show's description. At Tom Welling, at the Michael Rosenbaum on Instagram. Find us, cameos. We do great cameo. We have a lot of cons coming up. Cruiseville.com. We said it before. There's a lot going on. So, hey, without further ado, let's get into season 8, episode 13. This is Power. Title Power aired January 29th, 2009. Director Allison Mack.
Yep.
Writers Todd Slavkin, Darren Swimmer, who we love. Guest stars Kristen Crook as Lana Lang, Bill Mundy as Dr. Edward Grohl, Ted Whittall as Carter Beaufrey, Ari Cohen as Reagan Matthews. And synopsis: for better or worse, the story behind Lana's path back to Smallville after her Brainiac-induced coma is finally revealed. I guess it makes sense, though. It's like, because she is Brainiac's in her, right? So that's why she wants to do all this shit. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Brainiac got ousted from her, and then she made the video for Clark, and then it was very sad, and then she was gone. But now they're like, no, she's back, and this is what actually happened.
Yeah. Dr. Grohl prepares an expensive-looking procedure. One of his assistants warns him they're not ready for human testing, but Grohl says, "Don't be a monkey wrench. Luther wants them to proceed." They head to a safe viewing area and begin transdermal evisceration. Is that right?
Evisceration?
Evisceration.
Mm-hmm.
The testing pool lights on fire. We zoom in, and who do we see but Lana screaming painful bubbles?
I get ready for some Foo Fighters references because of Dr. Grohl.
At the Kent farm, Chloe catches Clark watching Lana's goodbye video. He confesses about the kiss and asks Chloe for confirmation that he's been better since Lana left. And she suggests that maybe they've all changed for the better and Lana might not be such a liability anymore. I'm sorry. Hello? What?
Yeah, she kind of flipped her. It felt to me like she changed her tune between episodes.
She did. And maybe it's just to push the story along.
It seemed like this episode should have sort of started out with Clark and Lana in a romantic moment and being interrupted by this story.
Yeah.
Because if you watch this episode, you'd have no idea that what just happened in the episode before.
That's true. I mean, that's why that's why the previously ons have gotten more specific.
A lot of these episodes feel like they could have been shot out of sequence in the last 4 or 5 episodes. Just saying.
Yeah, this one could have been before the last one.
No.
Clark arrives at Chloe's ransacked apartment to talk to Lana, but instead finds Tess pointing a gun at him. She says Lana's been poking around classified technology and has probably been kidnapped again. Again, you say? Again, indeed. Tess then launches into the story of Lana's return. Turns out Lana woke up from her coma and filmed her goodbye video to Clark while held at gunpoint by a couple Luther goons. When she finished, they chloroformed her and Tess told them to take her to the van. Back in the present, Clark gets upset. Tess tells him that Lex said Lana was in the asylum because of her dysfunctional relationship with Clark. Okay. In the flashback, Lana's in the back of the van with the goons. She kicks one, grabs his gun, caps him in the shoulder, forces the driver out, and peels off. And then in a gas station bathroom, she hacks off her precious locks into the style conventionally known as Natalie Imbruglia in the Torn music video.
I'm already torn. I'm ill.
But it's almost exactly like that. That was a lot of information, and I don't know how I felt about it afterwards.
No, I think it's pretty... I think you clarified things as best
There's
you
a
could.
lot of information with a callback. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we proceed.
Okay.
Back at Chloe's, Clark x-rays the room and discovers a Phoenix medallion. Tess says it belongs to her strategic advisor, Carter Beaufrey. So Clark heads to Luther Manor and confronts Carter in the hall. Turns out Carter's already got his own medallion, and boy, does he have a tale for Clark. In a flashback, Carter, who used to train Green Berets, now lives under Edge City welding stuff. Lana tracks him down and says, "Train me now, you bastard."
I like this guy. I liked him throughout the whole episode.
Yeah, he was
like
good. He
this
has a good
actor.
face.
He's a good actor.
They begin with some basic cold plunging and negging.
By the way, that was cold plunging before cold plunging became a thing.
Yeah, this might have been the original cold plunge.
Yeah, this is where they got
Yeah.
the idea for it. This is where Joe Rogan went nuts. He
I don't know
saw
if
this
anybody firewalks.
I have a cold
I mean,
plunge.
I know firewalk goes back a lot, but I think the cold plunging is more
Current.
prevalent now,
Yeah.
more current
In
than
the present, Clark
firewalking.
accuses Carter of torching her. Carter says, "You're not listening, bud. Put a sock in it for a second." And in the flashback, Lana psychs herself up to put her wrists under a hot metal bear. Classic. Carter says, "Who are you holding on to?" To which she replies, "Clark." He says, "Forget that, dude. I'm training you to be the best Lana you can be," which then inspires her to barbecue her carpals. Sometime later, Lana, sporting the full party in both the front and back haircut, tells Carter now that she has learned his skills. She's got to bounce to go obtain some power. He is hesitant, but still presents her with her very own medallion that is symbolic of something, but there's no way to know what such an esoteric metaphor could be. And back in the present, Carter tells Clark that he tracked Lana's movements to Luther Corp, then got a job on the inside to advise Tess on defense contracts and feed intel to Lana. Carter then reveals that he knows about Lana's contact with Chloe.
Was there a part of you, Michael, that, I mean, you and I both grew up on the 80s montages from like Kickboxer, Rocky, and whatnot. There was a part of me looking back at it after I watched it where like, wouldn't it have been cool to just been like a montage with a cool song over it? Lana going through all of this.
Like almost Survivor, like a Survivor song, like
I have the
"You're
tiger.
simply the best" or something like that, or either that or that's Karate Kid. But like Survivor, it was like "Rising Up, Back on the Street."
She's like kicking posts with her
she's
like
breaking wood.
forehead. Yeah.
I haven't done any songs this season yet, but now maybe I'll go back and I'll make a montage song for this.
Okay.
In the lab, Dr. Girl says time to learn to fly and orders the grafting to commence. In the tube, the burnt Lana gets zapped with purple light and her skin begins to heal. And somewhere in Metropolis, Tess and Reagan rendezvous in her car. He was the one who broke into the apartment as he's looking for the Prometheus tech to keep Lex alive. Tess offers him a non-negotiable job to bring her the tech instead so she doesn't have to take it by force. And back at the lab, a refurbished Lana rises from the pool and is ushered into quarantine.
I thought that scene was funny because she's like, "Did you break in?" And he's like, "Yeah." Let's remember, this is a non-secured apartment with no security above the talon.
Yeah.
Like not
A lot of shit goes on in there. A lot of shit goes on in that room.
right.
Outside a coffee shop, Clark confronts Chloe about Lana. Another tale begins. Ryan?
In a flashback, Chloe walks in on Lana futzing with the radiator at the Foundation. After a heartwarming catch-up, Lana admits that she's in town to look into Project Ares, Lex's scheme to enhance injured soldiers using alien DNA. Chloe urges her to put this crap behind her, but Lana is adamant and tells Chloe not to tell Clark. Classic move. Back in the present, Chloe reveals that Project Ares is kaput. Clark tells her about the new deets on the DVD story. They determine that Lana didn't come home sooner because she's planning her revenge on Lex. There
You know what's funny about this? I just thought about this. Clark kind of spends his whole life not telling people to protect them, right?
Yeah.
When everyone around Clark is saying like, "Don't tell Clark," because if he knows, that's all he's going to be able to think about.
That's
I think
true.
it's kind of funny. Like, don't tell Clark.
At the DP, Tess finds her security guard dead at her desk with a GSW to the cranium. A what?
Gunshot wound.
Oh, thank you.
I watched it was I just watched the Pit, that's why.
Yeah.
GSW.
GSW. Yeah, make sure we get somebody in the triage. We're getting another big shot here.
That's not bad.
Right?
Nurse Dana.
Dude, her accent.
Are you on the
gets so-
Pit?
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Oh yeah.
Dude, here's the thing. In the first season, her accent is completely different in the second. She starts putting on this New York accent. Watch the first season, you go, "What the hell?" And then somewhere along the line, they calmed her down and she changes again.
That's really
It's crazy. At the DP, Tess finds her security guard dead at a desk with a GSW to the cranium. Reagan emerges from the shadows, pistol locked and loaded. Tess disarms him. They tussle. She whacks him across the face with a statue and proceeds to crush his skull in a putty with her heel. Reagan's not dead.
I was surprised to find that out.
Yeah, put him in room 16. That just opened. Yeah, put him in this room 16.
Room 16.
Put him in the treehouse. You got another baby John Doe there. Jane Doe.
No, just I thought the amount of blood that was on Tess's face after this, I thought, Jesus, this guy must be dead.
We got another Jane Doe over the treehouse. Make sure you didn't it. All right, go ahead, Ryan.
I don't know if I can do this anymore. That's my Dr. Robbie.
He's just like, well, yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to get on my motorcycle.
My favorite is the young kid and Cranston's daughter.
It's so good.
They're both good. What's the kid's name? With the bags under his eyes?
Huckleberry, whatever that kid, they keep calling him.
Anyway, go ahead, Reed.
Dr. King. We could just rewatch that.
We'll do a pay podcast after this.
We'll do a pitcast. At the foundation, Clark x-rays the radiator and finds a hidden safe behind it. He removes the hard drive, Chloe plugs it into the system, and pulls up a video conference between Lana and Dr. Grohl. Lana suggests that
Whitaker.
Whitaker, yeah.
Whitaker.
That's right. Lana suggests that she is a safer candidate for Project Prometheus Superskin, since Lex is, dangerous. She offers up her warehouse space, then tells him to be the pretender. That's another Foo Fighters reference for you. By lying to his staff that Lex wanted Lana to be a guinea pig. We'll see how that works out for you. Tess barges into the lab and pistol whips an assistant. She sees Lana stabilizing and orders Grohl to destroy Prometheus. Grohl's got another confession to make. You can't destroy the suit without murdering Lana.
Be your hero.
Yeah. So Tess takes aim. Grohl grabs her arm and redirects the shot into a machine. She tosses him to the ground and fires. Clark super speeds in, but then Lana busts through the glass in a phoenix pose. Duh. Snatches the bullet, pokes Tess aside, and super speeds away. That was a big deal.
That's cool. That was Ryan's favorite scene right there.
Don't say anything. Tess finds Lana burning the Prometheus files in the fireplace. Lana advises her not to be consumed by her hatred of Lex, as that is how he maintains his powers over her. She speeds away to do some good. Early AM at the DP, Clark Super hears Lana yelling or telling him to meet on the roof. Up there, Clark expresses concern that her having powers didn't go well last time. Lana insists she's never felt better. They're equal now and can work together to make the world a better place. They connect for a big old smooch as one of the melodramatic pop songs by a still unknown artist fades into the credits. It was kind of a crazy ending. I'm like, wow, this is happening?
Yeah.
For a second, I thought Jump Shark. I thought that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Jump Shark for a second, and then I thought, all right, well, after,
They were trying to make a lot of things that weren't attached work very quickly.
Yeah. You're right. Closing thoughts. The camera movements were interesting. Okay. Good call, Ryan. Maybe seeing Lana take the power back and get on even playing field with Clark is what the character needed to complete her arc. Maybe.
Yeah. But she still wanted power. That's not what Clark wants. That's what Lex wants.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe he rubbed off on her. It detracts from the gravitas of the season 7 finale a bit, but guiding her journey back through a guy we've never seen before and will never again and never will again is the biggest disservice.
To me, that's what it felt like. We kind of threw this random dude in who we've never met before, who's going to tie it all together. And yeah, he doesn't come back. It was just that. Just this guy. I mean, the actor did fine with the material. It was just like...
So nothing happens from this?
Well, no, they just threw this one guy. He's like, he like happens to work for Tess, and then he also happened to train Lana. And then he's gone.
Yeah. That's
well,
a shame.
he's
Just
sort of,
set up.
if you think about it,
he's an enigma.
They tried to do a quick thing of like, he's Clark's John Jones. He's Karate Kid sensei.
Yeah.
He
serves a purpose.
He does serve a purpose. I just wish I wish we had seen him earlier.
Yeah. That would have been cool if we establish him somehow.
Unless I'm completely wrong.
Interesting things of note. Edge City, where Lana trained, has been referenced in episodes Prodigal and Stray. Mm-hmm. Green Beret is the common name for the United States Army Special Forces, which was established in 1952 during the conflict in Korea. In addition to varied combat skills, their training also emphasizes foreign language and cultural studies. I couldn't find anything on cooking your wrists. Ryan. Talkville is brought to you by Mars Men. Listen up, men. Look, I'm getting older. I have, I love a good dad bod, but with summer coming in a couple months, I've been thinking about trying to get in better shape. And the problem is that my body just doesn't snap back into it like it did in my 20s. I'm working out the same, eating mostly the same stuff, but the fat around my stomach just sticks out. As men get older, our bodies reprogram themselves. We naturally start storing more fat and losing muscle faster. And this is where I talk about Mars men, because this is what we need. The main reason for all these things, like getting older, testosterone, right? Most men's testosterone levels start dropping as early as their 30s. So I'm 24 years in the making. And when it happens, it becomes easier to gain fat, especially around your stomach. But the more body fat you gain, the more your body actually converts testosterone into estrogen, which makes it even easier to gain more fat. So it could turn into a really tough cycle for a lot of guys. And this is where Mars Men, as I say, comes into effect. Mars Men is a natural supplement designed to support healthy testosterone levels, which can help your body burn fat more efficiently and build lean muscle. It could do so many things. Ryan, what else can this do for you?
Well, when your hormones are working the way they're supposed to, a lot of things can get easier. Workouts, energy, and even staying lean.
You know, it's basically helping your body get back to running like it did years ago. That's pretty much what it is.
No weird stimulants or synthetic hormones.
Just real natural ingredients. And the quality is legit. It's made in the USA, and every batch is third-party tested. It's awesome. I love this stuff. I definitely have more energy. That's for damn sure. I mean, that's one thing I need. And I feel like when I'm working out, it's easier for me. It's, you know, it's like, especially afterwards, the next day, I don't know. And I have better focus. I just, you know, there's a couple of things that I'm using right now that are just helping me. And I think they'll help you too. Look, they also have a 90-day money back guarantee. So there's no risk. What are you waiting for? For a limited time, our listeners can get 50% off for life plus free shipping and 3 free gifts at mengotomars.com. That's mengotomars.com for 50% off and 3 free gifts when you check out. And it's also available on Amazon. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. So please support our show and tell them our show sent you. That's Talkville. So do it. Feel better. Come on, guys. What are you waiting for? Oh, my God. Bob Knudsen, what the hell are you doing?
Those who can't swim.
I'm underwater.
Those who can't swim, snorkel. I get it. Is that what we're talking about here?
Okay, right off the bat, you're a patron. We love you. You're so supportive. Thank you. What made you join Patron?
Well, I found everybody to be very sincere. I actually posted something recently. One of the other patrons posted something on Facebook. They asked a question about, how do you describe this relationship? And I don't think you can. Never before have celebrities and heroes and people you look up to been so available.
Aww.
And I saw firsthand, back in 2018, Rhode Island Comic Con, I've told the story before. Fan had a question. It had some issues. He was handicapped, and I could see he was right next to me. I was sitting down. He was nervous. Michael got off the stage. I get chills when I tell the story because of the human connection. And I saw from then, I said, this is not an act. These are people that care and give back. And I got onto Inside of You then and been with you guys ever since.
I love that.
There is a genuine engagement. Bob, I think you felt this before, whether it's Smallville Nights or even hopefully on this podcast. I mean, this is us just being us. Like almost to a point where it's almost too far sometimes. But thank you for recognizing that, because that's what this is about. I wouldn't do this with anybody else.
I was going to say to Tom, Tom and I had a moment when I'm going to say Jersey. You were leaving. Everything was over, and there were a bunch of us in the hall, and your eye caught mine, and it was a hug and have a good trip. I think so.
Well, I love it. I love it, Bobby. I love having you here. You're a great, you have a great energy, a great spirit, and you're exactly what I want out of a patron and as a friend. And I think there's so many others that are just like you, where they're just, it's a community. It's sharing a passion. It's all that stuff. So thank you. And what I want to get into right now is the episode You actually, I guess you came out strong saying, I'm going to defend this episode. Power. Go ahead. I'm going to hear your 2 cents.
Why does it need to be defended?
Well, I want to hear what you have to say about it. That's all. Because I didn't.
All right.
No, I think that. So I was a DVD streamer, so I didn't have to wait week to week. The first time I saw it, I didn't have a problem really with any episode, but the storyline, I felt that the Clark and Lois relationship got interrupted.
You mean when Clark kissed Lana in the previous episode?
Yes.
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 Or when he even
Because
saw her.
Clark and Lois, I think Lois is already in love with Clark at this point.
Me too.
There were a couple of moments that, there was a catch. I also feel like Michael is in season 8 at this point, even though Michael's not in season 8.
Yeah.
But looking back and hearing Kristen speak of it at some of the cons, so Lana needed closure. So this wasn't a bad way to do it. Some of my research, it's based on, there's comic lore on it. We know about the Prometheus suit. We know that Lex later on in the comics, cartoons uses it. So nothing's far-fetched here. It's all based. It's
really?
all based
It's not far-fetched
in the lore.
It's not far-fetched that she starts to get these superhero powers and she's tested and they're doing all this stuff to her, and the fact that she wants to do this, and like it just kind of felt like it came out of nowhere to me. Anybody else?
I did a little more reading.
As much as I love you, I mean, it was just odd. I felt like it's like what is this episode? Why is she? So she's sticking around longer. They sort of insinuated to me, or maybe I misjudged or misinterpreted, but I thought, Lana was done. And then she comes back and I'm like, and now they're making out. And now she's turning into a superhero. What's going on here? What's happening?
So were you thinking like, what is she up to? Because from a television perspective of telling a drama, an action drama, it's like you need these things to make the audience say, what's happening? And that's exactly what you fell into, Michael.
Well, all of a sudden we miss, what's his name?
Lois.
Jimmy Davis.
Whitwer Davis.
Yeah.
So it's all of a sudden there's like a story that's like being put on pause, and now we're having this new story. And I get it, we have to establish something, but I'm not certain at this point how much I'm going to like this storyline.
But I think what Bob was saying is that Lana kind of needed the closure, and like they needed to sort of wrap this up properly rather than a video message. And like
I guess
I don't think she's looking for closure. I think she's looking for a future. Sorry to disagree, but I mean, she's literally trying to say, we can do this together. We can be together and we can make the world a better place. I mean, she said that in previous episodes too.
Yeah, she's like part of the Justice League now or something. She's like, yeah, hey.
She did have a taste of power earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or as we would say on Smallville, abilities.
Abilities. Yes.
I don't think Ryan was sold on this episode.
I wasn't, but I know this is like, there are episodes that come around that are like a little bit more difficult for the audience, and I wanted to hear like a positive take like Bob had.
All right.
I thought that was
well.
important.
That's the good thing about Bob is I feel like we can speak freely with Bob.
We can
speak. I always speak clearly with everybody.
I mean, listen, the work is great, and I read a little more into Prometheus, and I had to refresh my Greek mythology. Prometheus, he stole fire, and turns out he's responsible for the good in humankind and advancing technology. So it's an aptly named episode. But because of Talkville, we know a lot of the behind the scenes. And looking at it now, I wonder, hey, so we got rid of Michael. We didn't really expect him to go.
Yeah.
And what do we do now? I think there might be a little of that.
You know what they never did, which I'm glad they didn't do, is, in your words, we got rid of Michael, but the show tried to keep, I didn't get rid of him, but they tried to keep Lex alive. And I'm glad that there was not really, as far as I know, this situation where like Clark walked in the room and saw the back of a bald head, but they couldn't get to him. I'm glad they didn't do that.
It would have failed.
Just was out there in the ether. He had the eye thing with Tess in the last episode.
Yes.
So they kept the spirit of Lex alive. That's for sure.
And I think before this,
Michael's Lex, by the way, which is important.
yes, yes. Well, that was one of my. I think when I was on originally, I think that the tragedy of Lex is that Michael's Lex was Clark's friend, and this was a tragedy. And I think that the Lex that we run into later on, or the Lex that's going to show up, or the Lex that's going to develop in the future, is not the same guy.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think
It's an
there's-
altered version.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like he's
Yeah.
completely gone that way now. There's no real. I think there's always like a semblance or like a something that is just there's a morsel of who he was. I think even with some bad guys, you see it, and like there's still something there, but not enough to stop his turn or his change.
He was working off bad information.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was trying to help humankind, and he truly didn't know who Clark was.
Yep.
And Clark couldn't tell him.
It's
He
the
could.
trajectory to become a superhero. I think Lex was trying to be a superhuman.
Mhm.
I think Clark was sort of reluctant to understand what that was. And I think that was the great way that they wrote this show, is that it's that evolution between those characters, which is so interesting. And Lana's doing the same thing in this episode.
You know what? You just nailed something. I just thought of this. I never thought of this before. I think Lex was jealous or envious
Mm-hmm.
of Clark taking on the role of savior. when
Yeah.
Lex wanted to be the savior. Lex wanted to be the guy. Lex wanted to be that thing that saves the world. And now ultimately he's doing just the opposite. You know, it's like, I want to have this. I want to have these powers. I want to be someone that people look up to and love and adore. And he wanted to be loved so much. It's like, you know what it is? It's like,
but I don't think he's doing the opposite right now. I think
it's
he's
like
still
Judas.
trying to do that.
It's like Judas, right? Wasn't Judas like he got too close to heaven and then God shunned him and pushed him away, right? Like you're getting, he wanted to be up there with him.
He wanted to be close to Caesar, or
Well, wasn't it
Or
Judas?
Judas
Well,
with Jesus.
Judas
yeah.
turned him in.
Oh, was that what happened?
He
Thinking
took the
of
coins.
Icarus?
Oh, you're talking about the sun flying guy?
Yeah.
His feathers melted?
Well, that's
Icarus.
Icarus. That's Icarus. But I thought there was
Different guy.
no. Yeah,
Judas
maybe.
turned in Jesus.
But you know my analogy, but you get it.
I do get it.
There's also this beautiful thing as you're shooting a television show, you don't have the full picture or the trajectory, which helped my character because he didn't know who he was going to be.
Right.
There was never this sit down of like, we're going to, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to Z about how we're going to do this. There never was that. And so it was script by script, story by story, scene by scene. And that allowed the story to develop in a way where I just said it, but like Clark didn't quite know where he was going, but he wanted to do the right thing based upon the information he had without any real objective. And I think Lex parallels that.
Lucifer is who I meant. Lucifer tried to rise above God and was cast out of heaven. That's what I was saying.
that's
So
a-
I was
All right. Well, that tracks.
So that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. So
Yeah.
I wasn't
Oh, yes,
far off.
yes.
See, I wasn't far
Okay.
off. I just said Judas, but I meant Lucifer.
It was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew what you meant.
Yeah.
We're with you.
Anyway, Bob, we love having you on. You're going to come back.
This
you're,
was great.
You're the best.
This is great.
We love you, dude. Keep rocking.
All right,
Love you, Tim.
guys.
Thank you.
Stay well. Be safe.
You too.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Boy, you know how I feel about BetterHelp. They've been with us for years, and it is helping so many people. I have a friend in Australia who lost his dad and is going through a lot. And I just said, hey, have you tried therapy? And a little reluctance, but got him to do it. Got him some BetterHelp. BetterHelp was so amazing in facilitating this. They are truly gems. Look, life is a journey. Some days feel good, others feel overwhelming. Whatever keeps you up at night, it's easy to feel like you have to figure it all out on your own. But here's the truth. No one has all the answers, and no journey should be alone. Having someone with you to listen, to understand, and to support you can make all the difference. It really is about getting all this stuff that's bottled up in you out and talking to a professional. And, you know, whether it's relationship stuff or finance stuff or, you know, it's all stress. And these stressors, they kind of make their show their face physiologically and mentally. You bottle it up and then you start getting aches and pains and you're wondering why your body is falling apart. BetterHelp has quality therapists. Therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are licensed fully in the U.S. And by the way, if you match with some therapist and you don't like them, don't feel weird. BetterHelp gives you a new therapist right away and you don't have to worry about it. So it's not awkward. You could do therapy through text. You could do it through video. You could do it audio. It's up to you. It's all from your computer or your phone. You don't have to go out and get therapy. You get it right from your own home. It's pretty amazing.
With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 6 million people globally.
And it works with an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. You don't have to be on this journey alone. Find support and have someone with you in therapy. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/talkville. That's betterhelp.com/talkville. Hotline. Let's get into it. Let's get into the hotline. We're going to roll through this hotline. Marky Cads, patron privilege. Give us all you got, Marky. Here we go. Here we go with Marky Cads.
Hey, it's Marky Kids with a question on power. So Lana has alien superpowers again. Does that mean she and Clark are causing more seismic tremors? And if they are they going to be more severe or less severe than what we saw in Wrath when she shared Clark's natural Kryptonian powers? Thanks, guys.
No idea.
Brian?
Spoiler alert, they do. I don't know. I think it's a little bit more tenderer.
More tender.
Somehow more tender, somehow less seismic, but still as tender as two super people can make it.
Maybe it's tender as the night.
Tender as the super night.
Leanne P. What's up, Leanne P? Haven't heard from Leanne P for a minute. Here we go, Leanne P.
Hey guys, it's Leanne P from Santa Barbara. Had a question about the episode Power in season 8. So as I'm watching this and I'm really focused on Lana and her need for power, made me think she seemed a bit more like Lex and just definitely a true Luthor through and through.
Oh,
what are y'all's thoughts?
That's
Thanks.
what Tom thought.
That is what Tom thought.
Yeah, maybe.
I agree, perhaps. But I agree. Same thoughts, Leanne P.
Teddy from Little Rock. Teddy.
Hi, this is Teddy calling from Little Rock. Why didn't Clark just put on the Legion ring and go back in time and stop her from putting on the suit? That was just my random question. Thanks, guys. Love the podcast.
Because
getting that right.
He learned from the Legion crew. You can't just do that.
Yeah,
that's right. Because you fuck things up.
Yeah,
like Back to the Future.
And he's probably not sure where the Legion ring is because it's not on his finger.
Mm-hmm.
Amy from West Virginia.
Hey, this is Amy from West Virginia, and this is about episode 13. I don't know what you think about bringing Lana back and bringing this whole love story up again, and what is up with Chloe always being stuck in the middle of Lana and Clark?
It's just, I think this time it was a little inadvertent, but I kind of agree with you. I'm not sold on this whole thing yet, but I like the different ideas that are floating around. So here's Jules from Los Angeles. Jules, you're right around the corner. What do you got to say?
Hello, this is Jules M from Los Angeles, and I'm calling for the episode Power. To me, it seems as though Clark forgives Lana rather quickly. She stole from Lex and has been pretty sketchy and secretive. And I'm just wondering why maybe he's a little more understanding towards her. Any thoughts?
I think all the words in your question, it's not forgiving. He's understanding her, therefore he can forgive her because he has his own way of wanting to understand her more.
Through experience, right? Through his experience, he kind of understands where she's coming from. Sam from Washington. We got a hot take coming here.
Hi guys, Sam here from Washington State with a hot take. I've watched all 10 seasons, but season 8 episode Power has been my series finale on rewatches, as it's when Clark and Lana get their happy ending, as it were. You've said what a bother it was that they dragged out the inevitable with them for so long when we all knew they couldn't end up together, but for me, it really felt so contrived to force them apart so slowly and painfully just because they're not canon endgames. But do you think if the show were made today, when familiar stories don't always follow the canon, sometimes in response to actor chemistry, Clark and Lana would have ended up together? Would they have ended up together if Kristen hadn't left the show?
Listen, you can't do this as an actor when you're choosing roles and when you're watching things. You can't compare things to the past. You can only see how they're inspired by them. Times change, things are different.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the question, but like going back to the idea that like, guys, all these questions are about why is Lana back? That's why it's interesting, because we all want to know. So it's good drama.
But Sam, great intake. Great intel.
Yeah, I guess I'd probably, to answer part of her question, like, what was I going to say? Whatever.
No, go ahead.
No, because there's this whole, because the big Superman lore is that Lois is the end game, and but like I don't think anyone expected Lana to be such like a powerhouse, like when she was cast, like when Kristen was cast, or like when like they did all these seasons with her,
like Sam was saying.
Yeah,
like
so I think
chemistry.
Yeah,
I think chemistry. Like if they didn't have chemistry in the beginning, she would have been out a lot earlier.
And so I think that's probably why they brought her back and had this whole thing, because it creates good drama,
and
because she did so well and everyone.
And it's familiar.
Mm-hmm.
The audience wants to see something familiar. Like they've lost so many cast members that Lana's back.
Yeah.
Maybe Lex will come back. This is exciting.
And it also doesn't help that in the last couple episodes, Lois has been such a part of Clark's life.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden we haven't seen her in 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see where like as a viewer, you're like, what?
Yeah.
What did I just watch? What am I watching now? But again, it makes it work because we're talking about it.
Rosenbaum rating system.
Rosenbaum rating.
Tom.
I'll tell you, I felt like it was a standalone episode. They had a lot of my attention. I give it a high 1.
I give it a heater.
Heater?
Ryan.
Just to keep us honest, I'm going to go with 1 bomb.
1 bomb. I like that you're honest.
1 bomb.
You know, you can't like everything. Yeah. You know what? Good for you. You're sticking with your gut.
Just to keep us honest.
Death and save count. 1 dead.
Death and save
Reagan
count.
killed Tessa's head of security. 3 saved. Tess saves herself from Reagan. Dr. Grohl saves Lana. Lana saves Dr. Grohl. Through 13 episodes, 28 dead, 57 saved. Series 275 dead, 335 saved. Ryan's favorite scene.
There were some scenes in this episode, like, you know.
For a bomber, you had some good scenes.
There were not bad scenes here. All right. So scene 1, Tess smushes Reagan's head.
Tess smushes Reagan's head?
Where she just pounds him into a bloody pulp.
Oh, yeah.
Scene 2, Lana flies out of the lab like a phoenix.
Okay.
Scene 3, Clark and Lana on the roof have their heart-to-heart at the end.
Those were your favorite scenes?
I mean,
no offense.
See, it's hard to justify. Like, are we? You think I'm trying to get in Ryan's head? Are we looking at the thing that was important to the show, or something that was cool, sort of a standalone scene that he really didn't care about, that was just cool?
I'm picking 3.
And 3 was there. Yeah, there's most relevant. There's more relevance there. I'll go 3. 2.
Yeah.
We were both wrong.
Yeah.
Well,
God, you just can't get inside of you.
I'm not doing well this year in that. This is the first year. That's it for the episode. Stick around next week as we get Mozart in D minor and talk about episode 14, Requiem. Let's take the discussion online. Let us know your thoughts on the episode over on our socials at Talkville Podcast or at Talkville Pod. Show the support by joining patreon.com/Talkville. And if you want more information like merch from the show or a hotline number, you guys know where to find it. It's all in the show's description. Follow us, like us, review us, subscribe, join Patreon. We love you. We need you. And let's hand it over to our good friend Bobby Knudsen with the final moment.
Remember, folks, always hold on to Smallville.
See you guys. Well, it's now time to read our top tiers. Ryan's here with me. He's going to read with me this time because
Ryan.
Tom is, he's got a life right now.
He's traveling.
He's traveling. So this, it's very rare that we're not both doing this, but I hope that I'm enough for you today and Ryan is enough for you. Thanks for joining patreon.com/talkville. We couldn't do this without you. Please join and join the fun. TheMsLeanne, Raj C, Santiago M, ThomasTomTurner, Little Lisa, Shane W, BetsyD, Abhi P, Fatima, Karen Apple M, 99 more, Leilani N, Brett G, always hold on to Smallville, Bob K, Tom N, Jason W, Lana rhymes with banana W. Let me say that again for you, Lana. Lana rhymes with banana. It's funny because Tom messes it up, but I always correct him, so I hope you find that endearing. Nancy D, Brian G, Grape Jelly 817, Teddy 127, Michael P, Ryan R, Randy B, Craig G, Elise K, Heather and Greg. Grether. Clark's mom, Kristen B, Kevin E.
Finky, damn, who's that? Jeanette E, Doug R, Shanna I, Ken the Limerick Guy, Corey L, Mr. Home Arcade, Claire M, D Brown, Jules M, Eldan Supremo, Brian P, Ginger Moose, Christoph S, Leah Lane, Katie C, My Old Kind Doesn't Blink, Wolfie and Little Wolfie, Matthew Beth, and Lincoln B.
Mary Lou L, Matt Maverick, Randy S, Cassie B, Danny Mo, Maribel L, Mary K, Sophie L, Jeff H, when you're rich, you aren't crazy, you're eccentric. Derek R at the House of L, the Alexander Castle, Daryl E, Jenny B76, Monica T, Ms. M, Emily Hulock, Jeffrey K, previously on Smallville, Keith B, Smitten with Lois, Cookie K, Danny Z from Cleveland, Biagio C, as told by Helen, Dr. J, Kurt F, Clovis 28, Dr. G, and Dr. T, Eduardo and Nancy per 6, and Naman L.
Smallville for life.
Oh.
Bobby B, Kendrick F, Stacy Beth L, Other Brother Daryl, Melanie P, Charlie M, Cheyenne F, AJ S, Heather H, Tom and Michael's friend Mickey, Kieran H, Hubs, Jackie Justice, Bradley H, Abby and Mr. Heights, Dan L, Clovis B Rule, David A, Steph Meister, and Rebecca P.
Romina. I think it's Romina. And Cocoa Beach Kidneys, Anna Him.
Anna HM,
The Blue Kiwi, Mark E. Keds, The Broken Hero, J. Brooklyn, what's going on? Hope you're well. Annette C, Callie B, Dax Moon.
Oh, Kaylee B.
Kaylee B.
Yeah.
Dax Moonshadow, S'more L. Gary F, like some more L.
Yeah.
I want some more L.
I want some more.
Gary F, Dahlia H, RP, Smallville for Life, Bailey A, Crisp P, Bacon, French Queen of Smallville, Zachary S, Last Maple Donut, Sava Bean,
yeah,
Thomas C, Kevin from Vero Beach. We love you. You know this. I hope you're having fun with Smallville, Talkville, all that stuff. I got another idea that I want to throw out there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's like I'm thinking about starting I'll tell you guys later. Anyway, I love you. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.